Hello guys, we are here at the North American Championship of Warhammer 40k Conquest. My name is Steven.
My name's Robert.
And we are going to be here guiding you along, maybe providing a little bit of clarity, some of the cards
Hopefully
as they come out, and maybe even a little bit of entertainment. So stick around.
Just a smidge.
That's what we're here for. We have Nathan on the left playing Packmaster Kith. What a crazy world it is.
It
Robert,
is indeed a crazy world. I would have never expected to see
Packmaster
Packmaster make
Kith.
another finals appearance.
But playing against
in
Joey
this game.
with Eldar Starbane, it's a classic
Space
matchup.
elves left and right.
I have been seeing this one for a little while, and we're kicking it off with Siren coming in.
Siren.
And really effective at locking down planets, especially
Starting out.
because those command struggles aren't going to be won by something that's exhausted.
That's right.
And there's the Choir, going to reduce vehicles and or drones, but only to a minimum of one, so keep that in mind.
Bone singers, huh?
Bone Singers. I
Interesting.
said it myself. Kith Masters, Chimera Masters come in there with a Chimera.
They might as well be Kith Masters.
That's right, they may as well be.
Kith Masters.
We've got a planet spread too here worth looking at. We've got Osis up top, planet number 1. That allows you to take a resource from your opponent if you win the battle there.
That one's from him.
Council coming in on 3. We got Planum, so that you move a unit around. We've got Karnath, which triggers the battle blade of another planet. That planet is such an insane thing to have on the board.
It's great. I usually want to fight tooth and nail over that particular planet.
It's got a 1/1, and you get to trigger the best ability on the board. Really, really
Thank
killer.
God it's not a Tricon.
I agree. Taurus also there, and then finishing it off with Farron.
That's right.
So a cool little spread here. We've got game win on planet 4 if somebody really wants it. Otherwise, planet 5 can get you 3 reds. And if we take this thing all the way, play some long ball, then who knows?
And worth noting already, we've got a pretty strong setup by the Dark Eldar here for command struggles at the least 3 planets under their control as it stands now. Only 1 for the Eldar. Oh, and now some contention finally.
The squadron comes in.
Coming in from the Eldar, paying only 2 for that squadron
and
because of the Bone Singer.
Isn't that awesome?
Choir.
I mean, that single-handedly just
dividends.
really makes those Wild Riders worth having.
And from the look of current and upcoming war packs, it looks like Eldar vehicles are really just proliferating.
They're proliferating.
Say that word properly.
Proliferating. Well, here's the thing. I think Brad has recognized, rightly so, that the bigger, that mercenary coming in, can't buy him off this turn.
No, sir. That's a great card.
Brad recognizing that, this game has, in its early history up to now, been primarily about these smaller guys playing small ball on the command struggles and really just trying kind of a swarmy type game.
Sure.
And we have some cards to prevent that, but obviously, the silver bullet's usually not enough. And where do you go if you want to see bigger units on the board? It doesn't necessarily have to be about vehicles, but as it turns out, a lot of those bigger elite units are vehicles. So they kind of get a little buff just by nature of their being high-cost things. And we've seen Brad releasing a lot of cards that focus on elite units and these kinds of things. And a lot of times, like we said, that is vehicles.
All right, so we had a quick command cycle and then a launch of the battles. Osis falling to the Dark Eldar, uncontested.
And no resource to steal.
No resource to steal.
The Council going to swing in there and take care of that mercenary.
Boom.
Not a big deal.
They are wise and fierce.
Absolutely. Wise and fierce.
Wise and fierce. Fiercely wise.
Like my grandmother.
Wow.
Truly.
Really?
Yeah, you met her.
Oh, that grandmother.
Wise and fierce. I don't know that she's fierce.
Yeah, she's never struck me as fierce.
I guess she can be. I'll bet she was when she was a young single mother.
That's right.
She was fierce.
Don't you sass me.
Don't you sass me, I swear.
I swear, I will throw this you.
Yeah, I bet she did too. And we got Kith moving back home there.
That's right.
Going back to HQ, leaving a little beastie in her wake.
That's right.
A little Chimera.
All Kith does. Ooh, Wild Riders coming over.
Taking an action to move the Wild Rider over.
They got to start migrating
and
because the Eldar, they've got their ESPN going on, and they can tell that there is a battle to be played further down the line. So
we got
Yvarn
popping out here.
Yvarn.
Each player gets to put into play a unit from their hand. at their HQ, and this is a put it on the table kind
That's
of
right.
a planet. Are you the deck or aren't you?
Worth noting here that already these Dark Eldar seem to be running away with things, at least in the resource side of things. It's a little bit deceiving in that the Eldar, of course, do have that Bone Singer Choir that's going to give them an effective 2 resource.
So we might say
boost.
9 to 6.
9
here.
to 6, but that's a conditional resource use, so we'll see how it plays because the heavier you invest, the fewer cards you get to play out, all this kind of stuff. And that just means that your command struggles just keep slipping further and further away. It's kind of the dismal tide kind of a thing.
It is that, and I
don't want to see.
Wraithguard coming out. A drone reduced
Yeah,
by 2. Look at that guy at 1 cost, a
It's
4-2
unbelievable. Yeah,
armor
4-2
bane.
with armor bane. That's why that Bone Singer
Incredible.
choir really starts to shine.
Man, incredible. No wonder we're
Vehicles and
seeing
drones.
Eldar out in the finals here. Now, I have to commend Nathan's placement here on Siren on the second planet, winning
right.
command struggle and really locking that down, then sliding into the first planet, making that incredibly difficult for the Eldar to take.
Yep.
So, I mean, this is just good conquest, is what we call this.
This is classic conquest.
There's the pack, sacrifice unit, discard a card from an opponent's hand, and then draw 2. That's the kind of turnaround that you can afford whenever you have won the resource struggle early in the
right.
game. Now you can convert it to card advantage.
That's right. Pick and choose.
Dark Eldar.
And we're not even looking at an Archon's Palace on the board
We're
right
not
now.
looking at
What are we
anything, but it's
talking about?
nullified.
Boom.
It's nullified.
Nullified. Okay, so worth noting I was on hand for this. The cards were already drawn. Brad is now hashing out with the 2 players. It was ruled that because the cards were already drawn and observed and all that kind of good stuff, it was now about to be deemed too late to honor the nullify, so it's going to be takesy backsy.
So really, who bears that mistake?
What happened
right?
was is that there was just no communication by either player. Pact of Homunculi is getting played, wasn't really talked about in terms of any responses, actions, that kind of good stuff. Cards were automatically drawn. No real disclosure.
Yeah, that's interesting,
that kind
right?
of stuff. So, and Conquest especially suffers from this. Players should always feel like really focused on declaring and asking if there are responses, all this kind of stuff, because there are windows for days.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I would say it's pretty good practice to resolve a card in the order of its effects, right?
Sure.
So discard the card first, then
Yep.
you draw your 2. I think jumping right in there to draw 2 cards, not really the best way to keep a clean game going on here.
Yeah.
But while we're talking about controversy, let's talk about Joey using these war tokens. Guys, we make these, and
They're beautiful.
I got to tell you, probably
Gotta say.
in the top, maybe the top product right now of moving through design and development and all of that to the finished product. I am so pleased with how this turned out. I love the way they look and feel. Robert, I know you feel the same way.
I feel very much the same way with my hands.
And, if you guys want those, we do sell them. They're on our store. You can check those out. And
You're gonna
get
love
your
the
own
way they
set.
feel.
You're
That's
gonna
right.
love them. You're gonna like the way you look.
Guarantee it.
Guarantee it. And now after that kind of emotional exchange
Things
here,
are
trying to
simmering.
figure out now there's the
Just
game
a
has
little bit
changed
of
a little bit.
enhanced tension.
I feel a little tension here. Do you feel tension? I feel some tension.
I'm feeling it. Things have slowed down. A lot
Definitely
more
feel some
thought.
tension. There's an Incubus Warrior.
This card,
Just
more
a
than
3/1 for
most,
2
it's a
command icons for
3/1.
2 credits,
Ugh.
2 money.
That card just
But an equally absurd card, Bealtan Guardians,
Bealtan.
1 for 2. Come on.
Bealtan, an Eldar card for the ages, one of my personal faves. Just love it.
But let's
These space elves just give you a lot of command bang for buck.
a lot of command.
It's because they're doing all this bone singing and stuff.
They're singing to the bones, man. I mean, never has a culture that sings to bones not done well at something.
That's true.
I'll tell you
It's
that.
very true. I think we can think of at least 2 examples where that has paid off.
I mean, if you have that much free time, obviously you have other things figured out. You don't have to worry about things like food and those kinds of things. We're singing to the bones. We obviously have our
Singing to
basic
the
needs filled.
bones.
Another Rogue Trader hits the board there. Resource advantage continues, and that Wild Rider is promoted.
Promoted.
I love
you
promoting
are now
that squadron.
a captain in the Majesty's forces of Eldarness.
Yeah.
Hith's Chimera Masters. Another one?
Going to first planet.
Running more than one in this deck, that's for sure.
That first planet is locked, let me tell you.
There is just a modest swarm going on there.
And here comes Elder at
Hith going
second
to 3,
planet.
Eldar
Hith
at
to 3.
2. So, interesting. So we can obviously see that each player has their own idea about what is going to matter in these upcoming planetary battles. Packmaster is really staging for these surprisingly non-initiatived planets for their side of the board.
But I'll tell you what's about to happen, though, is we're looking for a win on Planet 4 here.
That's right.
From old Kith. So really starting to put the troops on that planet, and that means that Eldar is going to have to commit so heavily to try to not lose this game.
Very, very heavily, yes.
And will they be able to do that, you know? Because all you've got right there is a Wild Rider Squadron. Oh, now you're using Planum's ability to move the Siren over there. Robert, I don't know. This has been excellently staged.
Yeah, it's snowballing
staged.
A little bit here. The resources have evened out, but the board control has not. We're going to see if the Eldar can pull it out here, because they're really going to have to play some kind of Hail Mary passes here.
I definitely feel like we are overcommitted here on planet number 2.
At this point, yeah.
At this point, Eldar just too much stacked up there, and sent the Warlord there as well. Now, obviously, that's going to be able to trigger the battle ability of anything, so maybe looking to do that. Looks like we're going to retreat the non-Warlord unit there, Siren, back to HQ. So that's at least going to prevent some of the damage there. And Wild Rider moving over.
See ya. Yeah, well, he didn't want to get eaten for lunch.
Absolutely. Going to try to pick up a command struggle next turn as well, and then move back in there.
And he could pop right over.
Prevent the loss.
Those Wild Riders are tricksy.
They're wild, man.
They're wild.
Some would call them wild.
It's hard to predict. So yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. We've got some just oddly stacked in place units.
Power from Pain. Sacrifice something if able. That is a great time. Let's get that Beeltan off the board.
There's only really good things in play right now.
Pirate, yeah.
Beeltan is best-ish choice.
Look at all these. These are new Dark Eldar. I've not seen these Dark Eldar cards. I gotta be honest. Like, this is a little bit different than what I'm used to seeing.
A little bit different. But it's the same old Chimeras, that's for sure.
It's the same old Chimeras. Hey, if you can get a free 2/1 whenever you want, that seems like a pretty good deal. Finally, we have Eluith. Beautiful little card here. Beautiful planet coming in.
Obviously, a heavy Eldar presence at that planet.
5th planet spot. You can search the top 3, and it also gives you 2 cards when you win that command struggle. So it's a big card advantage card. We got a promotion coming in.
Another promotion. Everybody's been performing well. Objectives for the quarter have been met.
That Rogue Trader, I guess, he's been doing what he's expected to be doing, standing out in the last planet, out in the remnants of space, and trading and getting some money. That's worth promoting.
Right. Okay, another drone or vehicle about to come out. Oh, another Wild Rider
squadron.
Interesting to see a double down on that first planet. To me, because it doesn't look like the Dark Eldar are taking that cup up whatsoever.
I don't.
Whatsoever.
I mean, I get it that you can move him over to second planet, but I even would like to see him
I would
in
have at least put him at, that third planet. So, a curious maneuver.
There's probably things I don't know. I would even like to see him over there with the Void Pirate.
Oh, sure. Archon's Palace. Just one of the grossest Dark Eldar cards there is.
And luckily, I mean, for Eldar here, getting it a little later than usual.
Yeah, when they can get a first turn, it's just
classic.
Disgusting. All right.
There's another first planet play there?
Starbane? No, that's coming in at second.
So at least, this is actually, I do like, I changed my mind on this. Now you have the option of moving both Wild Riders into that planet, trying to clear it out. Before that battle has to be fought there next turn.
That's true.
That's probably smart. Joey making a good play here. Starbane's Council, excellent.
Starbane's.
I think we can expect Eldarath on Planet 2 with Wild Rider support if needed. And we'll see if Kith wants to defend
2 and 2. Oh, man.
Kith is defending.
Head-to-head
Here we go, Robert.
of our Warlords.
Let's get to it.
Looking forward to this.
Let's get to it. 4 Chimeras stacked up on that thing, but we got a Starbane, Eldarath, Neil there.
All kinds of things coming in at planet number 2. It already looks like it's a pretty well-stacked battle in favor of the Dark Eldar right now. But we'll see what happens, because they're both sitting on 3 resources. There are all kinds of great events in this game.
This is going to be serious. Get your blood sport ready.
But we do have, looks like an uncontested battle. First planet going to the Eldar. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. They're still working out, of course, the command stuff, stacking up resources.
That means he can get a free route if he wants it. I think that's what he's going to go for, too. So we can route something right out of there. I mean, maybe Siren or something. I don't know. I don't know what your best at. Maybe just search the top 3.
At this point, I mean, when you're at any planet with 5 just little Chimera wings, that's still a lot of incremental hurt that they can bring.
How insane would it be if planet had dropped that does 1 to something on an adjacent planet? That would have really changed this game.
That would change everything. Wipe out all those little weenies.
All right, first action there, moving that Wild Rider squadron over before he has to retreat back to HQ after winning the battle. and takes that planet. So
Boom.
we have 1 to 2 here. A couple of blues, or a couple of greens and a blue.
That's right.
Over to red and blue on Eldar's side. So close match so far. And this is really, this isn't the game-winning moment,
No,
but
it's not.
is.
It's a precursor battle.
It's the precursor battle.
Because
It's
it
very
will
important.
be a game point next turn.
And now we have to play the
the
game
Dark
of
Eldar.
shieldy-wieldy here.
That's right. Who's got the most cards that they're willing to drop on this
Shielding it
battle?
all. Wild Rider Squadron says no. And you have to watch here all the resources that are happening here. Clivex War Leader
Archon's Terror.
Yeah.
Ouch.
still has enough for a Clivex War Leader. Let's keep that in mind. That's why you have to keep
That's
damage
right.
off of these guys. You have to shield absolutely everything. We
Yeah,
do have the Nullify, let's not forget.
Nullify
There it
is
is.
in place. Ooh, wee. Coming back.
These guys are rolling.
Whenever you can say no to an Archon's Terror, you know that it was a good day.
Yeah, it is a good day.
It was a good day.
All right, Wild Rider probably wants to take the swing.
Swinging.
Looks like one of the unused tokens. Shield 2 looks like we'll probably take one. Or I'm sorry, Shield 3.
3 of it.
That's the big Shield 3 right there.
Yep, you only get one of those. All right, another Chimera looking to take a swatty swat at the Council.
Yeah.
Never good. Never good.
You gotta watch out for that War Leader. Man.
Dangerous.
Just taking 2. Got those damage tokens shining.
Look at them.
There it is. Here's the War Leader. You know it's coming.
Yep, dropping it.
The
Boom.
card that defined this game still
Clivex.
does to this day. Probably defines this game for what, 2 years now?
It will continue to define this game until it is rotated out. Mark my words. It is just a
Yeah.
resoundingly solid, powerful card.
It's the kind of card that makes you realize as a designer, "Oh, I should probably never print, just discard it no matter the cost." That's always where games get into trouble. Siren off the board, that's always a relief.
Yes.
But I gotta tell you, this has not gone swimmingly. That Archon's Terror had to cancel that. Clivex War Leader, that takes a swing away from Eldrath. Takes the Starbeam's Council away. There's just...
The Eldar have been treading water better than I was expecting them to, given the setup. But they still aren't out. They're sitting on plenty of resources. Got a good number of cards in hand still.
Do you stay and fight?
That's a curious thing, because it's game point already, or it's going to be match at this planet next.
I mean, this stuff isn't going away
Turn.
until the game is over next turn if
Exactly.
you don't deal with it now. So when do you deal with it?
Can you mitigate
There's a
how hard you
squadron
have to
gone.
fight next turn
That's
or not?
so tough.
Yeah, that's really tough.
Still have the Clivex, has not got the swing in.
Is the Wild Rider going to make an appearance from planet number 3?
That's what you have to ask.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's so
2 councils, a Wild Rider, down.
bad. Robert, this is so bad.
It's very bad. This is a pretty decisive victory here with damage on Eldorath. Whew.
Oh, no.
Whew. We all know how this is going. Eldorath, see ya. Yep.
Yeah, did we see, did you happen to catch what planet ability he resolved after winning that first planet? I wasn't paying enough attention, I think. But I almost think that I didn't see anything. Maybe it was maybe an LOE with like search the top 3 or something like that.
Yeah, I will concede. I totally missed it.
I thought we should have at least seen a route.
Maybe there was one. I don't know.
I don't see anything back there.
Yeah, that's true.
Could also just gain
Yeah.
some cash. I think he controls fewer units, definitely with those chimeras, so could have got some cards, some cash. Boy, okay, so now pressure is on. I mean, this is a pretty binary form of play now, right?
Yes.
Plug things into the first planet and hope that you win.
The saving grace at this point for the Eldar is that they do have initiative, and it looks like the resources are swinging in the Eldar's favor just a bit, so they can at least, work some versatility into this equation. But how much? Do they have the cards? All this kind of stuff.
Well, here's
remains to
my
be
question,
seen.
Robert. Last turn, let's
Sorry, Falcon.
for
Great.
one.
Can you imagine? Yeah, that Bone Singer
But
choir.
this is
MVP for the Eldar.
not really what you need at this
No,
moment, I got to
no,
tell you. Now, if you had thrown Wild Rider Squadron over last turn,
Yep.
taken a swing, retreated, we presume it will come back in on Planet 1. And now it's fair to say that it would come in exhausted, but I don't know, maybe... Oh, another Siren. There are lines of play here. That's the fascinating thing about this game. There's just so many options available to you.
Yeah, that Siren is just killer.
Well, you
what
know,
a card.
I think we have to look for like chaining out Gift of Ishas here.
Mm-hmm.
Another
A
Wild
lot of
Rider.
shield, a lot of
Okay,
shields. Yeah.
So gonna move over and
Can just
guarantee
bounce right
the
over.
free
Yep.
strike.
But worth acknowledging that the Eldar are quickly burning through their resources in a way that doesn't seem to yet be adding up to what
Not enough for the swing.
Dark Eldar already have at that
Oh
planet.
no, there's the raid.
Gross.
What a great equalizer at this moment. Just take him down to 3. That gets rid of a lot of high cost options. Another Soaring Falcon. That is not enough at all.
It's not what you're looking for. It's beefy, but it doesn't have the offensive oomph.
But I do love this Eldar deck. Look, we've got everything on the
Look at all
board
these
now.
vehicles.
Can move around. You've got
Yes.
2 things that can move to adjacent and then mobile everywhere else.
I love it. It's great.
Okay.
Look at
well,
all those nasty chimeras stacked up at that planet.
Yeah, you just. I feel like, you know, any kind of conquest meta, you're gonna have to have AOE.
Just a kiss for situations exactly like this.
And really, I mean, really, what you need is instant AOE, and I just don't even know that that's. I haven't studied it out hard enough these days.
Only
to know.
Chaos really seems to have that.
Yeah, they do. Man, they would. That Plague Beast would love this.
Hi everybody,
setup.
I'm a Plague Beast.
Yeah, look, I'll sit here and kill everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, we all know where everybody's going. First planet, of course.
I'm nervous about this.
So Eldar effectively have, yes, these Wild Riders in reserve coming in.
Just empty.
Yes.
Just running on empty.
But look at those 5 resources the Dark Eldar have. That's what's really
It's terrifying.
because
man.
I mean that's still a Clivex War Leader in there.
It's terrifying.
Potentially. If it's
Right.
been drawn. How many cards? Does
No
he have the right
actions
ones?
across the board. Yeah, does he have them?
Yeah.
Right,
It's got to be in hand, and you got to be able to pay for it.
There's the Chimera going to take a swing. And now, to be fair, Dark Eldar having less cards for sure. I think
Yes.
has been
Looks
denied
like it.
some cards. Looks like it.
Shields up. All right, so
Takes
King.
1 to the old Armor Bane.
Yep.
Armor Bane, brah.
Only got 2 hit points, so he's half dead. Mostly
Already.
dead. He's only mostly dead.
He's only mostly dead. Here's a Falcon doing a
Swinging.
sterling 1 damage.
At any given Chimera,
Oh,
and
he's got-
shielded.
he's got some more
Oh,
cards, actually,
How annoying is that? Can't even get a chance to kill a Chimera.
Look at that swarm of Chimeras. Just awful.
Swinging again. Killing that beautiful, beautiful Armor Bane.
This did
Retard.
not go well.
Did not
Joey
go well.
did not go well.
It's not
I mean,
looking
it's,
good.
it's no fault of his, probably.
Okay,
It's just,
trying to kill another Chimera, a shielded again. That is just
You
frustrating.
know, I watched this and it's like, man, these Dark Eldar decks are so effective.
They're very effective. Watch out
just
for them.
fundies, man.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up fundies.
Get the old 2-for-1.
Fundies. Boy, there's a lot of fundies jokes that I'm interested in making, but I just don't know that it's appropriate.
Well, you could try them on for size.
It's what I wear on the weekends,
Uh-huh.
those kinds of things.
I make my fundamental jokes off hours because they might not be appropriate.
They might not be appropriate.
That's right.
I don't know who's watching
This is a PG-13 game.
Have we entertained you guys?
Have we entertained you?
Let us
Are
know.
you not
Are you entertained?
Yeah, that's right.
Let
All right,
us
so
know
we
in the
have
comments, would you?
Eldorath himself trying to kill a Chimera. Will it be shielded?
Eldorath
no.
can't do anything by himself.
Ah.
Man. I got
The
one down.
courtesy of letting Eldorath kill a Chimera is not lost
That was
on
very
us.
handy.
All right, coming up on the council again with a nice little weenie Chimera. Will it be shielded? The hesitation makes me think not.
Yeah.
If you're shielding, you usually know pretty quick.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. Oh, no, I was right.
There's yeah.
See ya, council.
You just want to watch.
Oh, the promoted Wild Rider coming in. Will it reinforce in time? Is this the Rohirrim coming over the hill? Different game, but
Robert, I gotta tell ya.
appropriate reference maybe.
The answer is
Chimera is
no.
down.
No.
Just doing a lot of plinky damage. Oh, watch out! One, if that pack,
It doesn't even matter.
if the Clivex is showing up,
He's
but
already
it's
exhausted.
that kind of insult to injury
already
setup
exhausted.
that you can expect from the Dark Eldar. It's
Yeah,
like,
he's got
oh,
tricks.
I just
He's
pinged
got
you for 1
tricks.
damage for this really nice beefy. Shielded. That empower would have been so nice
Shielded it.
elsewhere.
Shielded it.
Where are you
And
gonna
Here we
go?
go. Here it is.
Oh,
There you
there's
go.
the Clivex kill.
Why,
yeah.
why wouldn't you?
Case in point,
Why
everybody.
wouldn't you? It's too good, guys. That card is too good. Ban it. Boot kick and
Boot
ban.
kick ban.
Just get it
Go,
out
go,
of
go,
there.
go, go,
Brad,
go,
are you
go.
listening to this?
Brad's always listening.
We don't like it. We don't want it.
He's checking
No,
his
no
list.
free rides, man. No cards with free rides. Just, you know, if I've got an 8-cost guy or vehicle or whatever, you shouldn't be able to kill it.
Do a
It costs
ping.
4.
Yeah, but you know that exhaust
put some
port was
limits.
no bigger than a womp rat.
Let's put some limits on
you
this
know what I'm
guy.
saying? You know
Can
what
we
I'm
just
saying?
house rule this?
House rules.
We just house rule
RM.
it. That's
Concession. It was written on the wall.
All right,
Good
guys,
game,
there
everybody.
you got it. Dark Eldar versus Eldar. A match for the ages here.
Worth noting that as soon as their game is over and they're shaking hands, they're apologizing and making nice about, oh, sorry about that weird play with the homunculus or whatever it was.
Important to know. Well, thank you for watching, guys. We got more Conquest coming on the channel, and if you like those war tokens that you saw, well,
You can order them.
you can order them.
We would
And
love you if
Robert,
you did.
literally, the guy sitting next to me who was talking into this microphone,
I
will
touch all of them.
We'll touch it. We'll put it in a box or a mailer and ship it out to you, and all of us will love that action.
We do a little dance every time.
We do a little dance. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on some future videos, or come see us in Tulsa.
Peace.